GenC podcast. Welcome to the GenC podcast. I'm one of the hosts, JP Jackson, and today we have
Rizan Rose, aka Mr. Salam to your mommy at home.
Welcome, Rizan.
Hi, JP.
How was your youth day?
You're like, for an old person, man, it's do you know, every day is either not a public holiday or it is a public holiday. So, you know, we move.
We do what we do.
I prefer, like you said in one of the episodes in the past, where we must get that public holiday that's on a Monday.
Yeah.
Or a Thursday, then you know, not a Thursday actually, but a Monday, then you know, okay, that's long weekend. I'm here for that. But what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to be looking at the Mother's Day and Father's Day contributions to our lives. And get to explore some different scenarios. We can have the infamous Say Ma Now section. Hypothetical scenarios we'll play out, give our comments on it, and then we'll move on to the grateful thought. You happy with that?
Yeah. So both of us are fortunate enough to have both our mothers,
yes,
and our fathers in our lives. So how is that sort of celebration of Mother's Day and Father's Day? Do you do stuff for your parents? Do you get them gifts? Do you?
So it's usually awkward. When like Mother's Day vibes, like you're not buying Oh So Heavenly again this year. Like I cannot get you that pack again.
Okay.
So like you're always like playing down. Okay, I got this at this point. Now you're trying to figure out.
It's because the shops must have like that special. So
clicks.
Okay, a 3 for 2.
3 for 2. And then you end up buying the lotions. And and I know my mommy uses the lotions. She does.
Yeah.
But ideally, she wouldn't want to get it.
It's one of those things. What you trying to say?
Yeah.
You're telling me I stink. You know,
Asphalt.
Nuts.
What's it like by you?
So we all boys, so we're very bad. Like, real talk. At least, you know, like we take care of food that day. My oldest brother.
But why is that a present?
You
almost eat.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna explain for the defense today.
So you're no longer the plaintiff.
I'm the defense today. So my oldest brother, he will buy like nice flowers. I know my other brother will make like a nice desserty. My thing is this, man. Like, my mom is special every day.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah. So I like to get I like to get gifts outside of the special days when you don't expect it, man. So then you like, it's all like, no, you don't know that someone was thinking about you. Then I'm very, I guess, contrarian, very non-conventional, but I do feel awkward. I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't get this lady a card.
I do prefer that's budget friendly though, because usually out of gift cycles, then the gift you want is usually normal price.
And also because I feel like we have the same mother. Mom, I also don't appreciate that Oh So Heavenly, what's that, Avon products or whatever the Shazam levels. Like, nice, same. And I feel like Father's Day is almost even less effort. But what's yours like?
I don't know how it is, because my dad likes whiskey, for example.
Okay.
And we notoriously buy him a nice bottle of whiskey.
Easy.
And then it's always like it's like in his brain, he's like, you spend this amount of money on whiskey. But it's 3 of us buying him the bottle. But he always says, "Mag gaan weg." Because apparently, I don't know, there's a certain threshold in his mind that as soon as he eats or drinks something beyond this threshold, it's going to make his stomach work. So that's my dad. And my dad, my dad's too, how do I say, he's like the type of guy that doesn't like to be pondered upon or like made a fuss of, man.
Okay.
So like
Fairs.
Father's Days and birthdays is hard for him.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally the 2 days in the year where it's all eyes on me.
Okay.
So like he's not that type
Tupac? I get you. I get you.
Those are the days that he doesn't look forward to very much.
So like, first of all, I can't relate to the honesty thing. Mr. Keep It Halal aside. Salam to you, Bobby.
Thank God.
So my dad is even less of make a fuss, like even less. Like but he's chilled. Like we can just buy him something warm, like warm slippers, a beanie, a water bottle, that like beanbag type of stuff. He get in it because he's a couch potato. He's a couch sweet potato. Do you know it's wild though? Like, sorry, I'm putting my daddy on blast today. My daddy has like 3,000 followers and stuff on like Facebook and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Low-key influence.
High key, Putamusa. So my daddy plays guitar, man. Like passionately. So he'll like post clips and stuff like that. So so if we can sort of like think of him in that regard, then he's very happy. He's very happy. But my dad's a very like jovial, very, very pleasant man. Like he's chilled. He's chilled. Yeah. Like no, he doesn't like need to be made a fuss of. He's just a happy chappy.
Oh, nice.
Life loved,
Yeah.
So do you know me? I'm like I said, I'm contrarian. I choose violence. So there's this statement. We don't have to like. There's a statement of the sins of my father.
Oh.
And so this basically refers to something that you are paying for. So do you have any things that and I'm not just your father, you're both your parents.
Yeah.
Something that your parents do or did that you just like, the bullies coming to you. And I don't mean financially, I mean like in general. It can also be financially. Yeah. But what are the sins of thine parental figures? Tea time.
Wow.
Yeah.
We've spoken about it on this pod before, but so my father cheated on my mother.
Okay.
And it's always at some point we, like you're saying, the sins of your father. They always say something's gonna happen down the line.
Okay.
But we break it in Jesus' name. There's no generational curses on this family.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sins of thy father. But always, we always speak about it like we don't have control of it, if you know what I mean. Do you feel like there's this alternate force that will steer it in that way?
So like, okay, so what I'm basically getting to is, has that affected your relationships now? That fear, that's what we mean by the sin, basically, is that you are paying for it because it's now something that you think about, like, I have to be extra faithful, I have to be those type of things. So that's where the actual, you're getting judged for what your mother did, for what your father did. These are the sins of thine father.
Days of my life.
Like sands through that. I didn't watch that stuff, but love it.
No, definitely. I think for me, same scenario. Okay. I think now I'm even more communicative to Kelly specifically. Okay. I don't think I can love her anymore. I love her tremendously.
Nah, challenge accepted.
But I think now I'm more intent with my feelings.
Okay.
I'm more, if I'm upset or if I don't feel well, I'll say I'm not feeling well.
Okay.
Whereas in the past I would have been like, I'm just not feeling well, and then I'll sit and then I'll have my tea or coffee and I'll just sit and I'll be mislik. But she won't know that I'm actually being but she won't know that I'm not feeling a certain way. Okay. Whereas now I'm very intent. If I don't feel well or I say, then I'll tell her I'm not feeling that great because of whatever. And do you have anything?
So both my parents are sort of like the oldest. Am I saying that right? The eldest, yeah. So my lol. So my mom is the big sister.
Okay.
And my daddy's like the firstborn. The firstborn, yeah. So that sort of responsibility, you must know. They must they co-parents. Vice parents. And so that energy is something that I have. I'm the baby, but I'm sort of like looking out for my siblings.
Sure.
Like, or at least I stress about them. So I think like that's something that I can maybe, I mean, you've met some of my brothers. Very interesting characters. I definitely like
your silence is tangible.
Yeah, my big brother is definitely vice parent.
Yeah,
definitely. Shout out EB. But growing up, it was mostly like the three of us, and I was sort of now, especially with like financial and stuff like that. It's so that I feel like as an older sibling, we both can't speak to this, but we can try to. There's a certain like level of responsibility that is just expected from you, from the parents. And so because both my parents are like that, I feel almost like I feel that right now. I guess it's not really a sin.
Do you see like you said, the vice parenting aspect? Do you see it like small elements of your parents in the different brothers? So like for me, for example, I'm also one of three, and I can distinctly see that this element of my parents is in this brother, and this element of my parents is in the other brother. Do you have that in your family?
So no, definitely. Like my daddy was naughty, tamaf. And I'm a goody two shoes. I'm a goody two shoes. My daddy will say stories about like overthrowing governments and stuff like that. Now, we're rebel rouser type of stuff. He had some stories that will come out of my daddy's mouth. And so this of like sneaking here and doing, I can see some of the stuff, and also how you sort of communicate and deal with certain things. I can, this one, yes, sorry. So the lack of communication is
a life.
We don't talk anymore. They don't. So that aspect I pay for because I don't know how to sort of verbalize what I'm going through. Even to this day. And I'm in therapy, so I'm trying, but like that is definitely, now that I'm thinking about it, that. So none of my brothers talk about stuff. None of them. They don't.
Yeah.
We don't talk about brew. It's good songs.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay, so let's just move off of the sin quickly. Like let's like just throwing people under the train here, under the golden arrow bus. So flip it. Are there any sort of moments of heroism, sort of things that are like very big moments or memories that you have of either parent or both that feel almost like in that moment they were my hero, in that moment they were like super inspirational? Do you have any things like that?
I would like a list.
Okay.
But I'll speak about one that involves both of them. So I mentioned I have three brothers.
Yeah.
My eldest brother is actually my biological cousin. Wait, don't freak out. So Jubain is the son of my mother's brother. So my mother's brother had a son.
Okay.
And at some point they didn't look after him to the extent that he needed. And my mother was at that time appointed his godmother. So in Christianity, you usually have a godmother or a titi, or someone that looks after you in the event your parents will not be there. And then I was 9, and he was 16 at the time. And then my dad and my mother said that he would come and stay by us. And then they legally adopted him. He was in my life from there, but no longer as a cousin, but as a brother. Okay. And now obviously I am a bit older, but looking back, like that was just a moment of heroism from my parents' point of view.
Stepped up.
They both stepped up. And I mean, he's a thriving individual. He's got 2 kids now, and I'm so proud of him every time I see him because he's literally worked so hard to get to where he is.
Yeah.
But again, because of that heroism showed by my parents.
Oh, is it my turn?
I
was waiting for it. I was like, wild.
Would you like to comment?
Wild. Ew. Like I was still busy like thinking about my thing. But yeah, also the lists are long. I will say this though, because I'm the last born, all the fun stuff happened before me. Nah,
what do you mean?
Like all the fun stuff, like all the like some of the stories that I hear about like this brother and that brother. I'm like, was I even like was I still a I was a hypothesis back in the day? Because so my parents are quite old, man. Like my mom had me when she was 38, 39. And my dad was in his 40s. So the sort of like, like the life loved was sort of reaching its tail end. So they definitely gave me everything, that I could ever ask for. But it wasn't like, there's this moment that stands out. But anyway, so one of the stories that I've heard. So my mom was explaining to me, this is a moment for like my mom was explaining to me that growing up in a sort of colored household, the parents usually prioritize sending the boys off to school and make sure they can get a good education because they need to take families, patriarchy stuff. Casual. And so I'm coming for patriarchy. I'm planting the seeds. The plaintiff has returned. The plaintiff has returned. So my mom had like a lot of, kind of people back in the day, a lot of baby boomers, as they say. So my mommy's baby sister, so they like collectively put together and put her through university. And my mommy would like fight to matriculate. And I think that is amazing because that instilled the importance of education in the family. My dad, sort of the opposite. My dad doesn't have like an education. I think, I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, again, we don't talk about anything. But my dad again instilled that work ethic. Like, so he's brilliant. He's always been a bit of a boss. Like, he's always been a leader of men. He coached sport. He's managed like different businesses for his family and stuff like that. And he's been the manager of the household. So those sort of qualities translate like nicely and directly, and it's a good example for us. They were easy role models in those regards. So my mom, in her prioritization and sort of fighting for education, I thought was beautiful. And my dad's sort of work ethic and him sort of being a leader in his industry is good, sort of.
Yeah.
I am off the spot now. Nuts.
Yeah, so just to give them all both individual shine as well.
There we go. Yeah.
Because I gave like a collective answer. My mother really valued the importance of numeracy and education. Okay. Even though, like you said, she didn't finish matric at that stage.
Okay.
But she knew how important it was for us to get educated. And my dad, being the first and only person in his family to graduate from university, set almost like this expectation that we would all need to step in line. But what he did, unbeknownst to him, was he inspired multiple threads around him to show that we could actually be educated. We could mix in those circles.
Nice.
We could have ownership in spaces.
And that's massive.
And I mean, for him to take that beacon and be that, that symbol, like we spoke about before, it was super important at that time.
I love that.
And kudos to him, and he carries a lot of emotion, but he has done so much. And my mother was such a supporting force at that stage.
Yeah.
It was the combo was just amazing.
Okay.
And I think for them to do what they have done, I think it speaks volumes in both of their children and also those that speak to them.
Yeah.
I think is incredible. Because I found out like a few years ago, my daddy was like giving bursaries on his own.
Nuts!
Man was
so
like
nice.
Man was playing for like certain college tuitions at where he was working and said nothing.
But that's
no one ever knew.
It is the way.
And these are like the small acts that they've done. And I think just speaks to their credit as individuals. Like they never wanted to be the person that shined.
Okay.
They never wanted to be that person that said, oh, you know. Oh, well,
you know what I did?
You know what I did? JP did this.
Okay.
And they never wanted to be that person.
Nice.
And it's for me, it's so important because we need people like that.
Yeah. No.
We need people that make a difference without showing you that that's their intention. And I'm not saying that those that do show it is not in the right space.
We need the examples.
But we need the examples.
We need the
And
examples.
I think it's also important we give those people.
Okay.
But I love my parents. They are fantastic human beings.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they and obviously one of my mommy's superpowers is food.
Okay.
She is.
So just to sort of close off the segment, I want to play a bit of a game.
Oh wow.
So it's sort of, what did you inherit? Like, like hy aard na sy pa, the Archie na sy Fachi. That's not the same. But yeah, how far doth the apple fall from the tree?
Oh,
okay. So I'm going to ask you just like a series of characteristics. And you're going to tell me, is it your mom, your dad, both, or neither?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is father time the real patriarch of your life? So, your good looks?
Ooh, both.
Okay.
Both, yeah.
Okay.
I look a lot like my father.
Okay.
Like physically. But I am way taller than him.
Okay.
So
and your mom's tall.
My mom's tall.
Okay.
So I do feel it's a bit of both. I don't think if I was Killy's height, I would have stood a chance at that stage.
Yeah.
But for you?
So I look apparently like my grandfather. But I've seen a picture of my dad when he was younger, and I look like him. I look like my dad.
It's strange you say that because apparently I look like my grandfather.
Okay.
And I've never, because my I don't know if it's in many other families, but the height skipped a generation. so apparently my grandfather was a tall man, Mr. Jackson back there, and then but all my father's siblings are all short. Not a one of them at all.
Okay.
So and he was also apparently a big guy. Yeah. So they
say diet. It's diet, man. That apartheid regime didn't do well for their diet. So I'm coming for apartheid. Nuts.
So yes, apparently that is the case, but I would never met the man.
Look, same, because all of my brothers are taller than my parents, so I definitely appreciate that. Personality.
Father.
Okay. I'm 100% like my mommy. Yeah.
Why do you sound so you're like conflicted?
Yeah. Nah, because like there's a connotation to being a mama's boy, man.
Oh.
That's
I see.
So I'm trending. I'm trending, So then your athleticism. Your sportness.
So I would say both. The reason being because apparently my dad did a lot of sports, but my mom was very good at sports.
Same. Nuts.
So my mom played soccer very well back in the day, and that's why I would say it's both, because I don't feel like you should get all the credit for that.
So I think my love for sport is my dad. My actual ability is my mom, because I find my mom like made province or something, netball and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like
Do you know? No, so I found that like my grandfather used to do like magic and stuff like that. I could have gone to Hogwarts. The disrespect. Yeah, I thought it was a muggle though.
Did I find taking that away from
wait, nuts. Please.
Slechts blankes.
Slechts blankes. Okay. So now we're getting a bit fun. Your taste in food, mom or dad? Like, are you a vraatnaat? A gimba? It's for people on PE who are the joke that say vraatnaat.
So, I have to say both because, so my mom was that type of woman that cooked for my dad. Okay. And so all the food we ate was because my dad liked those foods. Okay. So, but also now that my mom's a bit older, she also can't handle certain foods, which apparently happens. So now that she doesn't like spice, but when I was younger, she only cooked the spice. Okay. So that's like the heat levels is a bit both. So I would say both, but is yours specific?
So I definitely have the food taste of my mommy. Like I'm also like lactose sensitive and stuff like that. But so I do this thing.
You're not doing yourself any favors.
Yeah. Do you know that like you get expensive taste?
Yes.
So I believe there's also something called a bougie palate. So that is also like my mommy basically. That sort of not necessarily expensive taste, but it's like, ooh, let me try this. Ooh, let me, you get me.
But do you at least finish it? You don't do like a one.
Oh no, I don't waste food. I don't. No.
Yeah. Because you Kenyan most.
Ethiopian. Wild one. Your addictions or obsessions.
Oh, hectic.
Yeah.
Dad. Yeah. I'm one of my guilty pleasures is a whiskey.
Okay.
Which I
Sins of the father.
Nice. So yeah, no, I do enjoy having a good whiskey, and that is definitely.
Who inspired the Orca pipe? This money sponsored by Shisha. Nuts.
No, it's actually my. So
is that none of the above? Is that
none of the above? So they hate it because I don't know if you've spoken about the cycle, but Orca pipe leads to smoking. Smoking leads to dacha leads to dwellums.
Okay, gateway drugs.
So Orca pipe was hookah.
The gateway of gateways.
So that was never in the discussion. But JP found a way. And basically the enjoyment came through in high school parties and stuff like that. And I was I was the guy that never brought the backpack, but I was there all night. But that is but both of them hated it. I heard, rumor has it, back in the day, my mom used to smoke those long cigarettes. There was one that they sit in the club and then she had a bottle of rum and this long cigarette, Courtney's or something like that. And there apparently is a picture out there of her living that life. But as soon as a parent...
Expose.
Exactly. But remember, I only have my father's... We don't talk about those days. And you?
So, you're... Like none of them.
Wow.
Like, as in, I don't even have the same obsessions or like, I'm just different. I was raised, the streets raised me. Like for example, my daddy supports Crystal Palace, man.
Who supports Crystal?
My daddy,
As a proud United supporter, which you flexing today? I
don't know if I'm proud United, but it's just like, this is the clean t-shirt.
But don't you feel like your game, the way you approach games, you got from your parents? Or do they not like?
No, but I'm talking about like my obsession with it, my addictions and stuff like that is not like...
But one would argue that your obsession to Clever Just and Dominoes is...
It's my brother taught me that.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like like I said, the streets literally raised me. Yeah.
But it takes a community, Lisa.
Yeah, like even like, you know, cards and stuff. My mom is like, but that's haram. So the ace of spades is gonna, you know, put you in Jahannam. It's rough out here. So that is, I guess my eldest brother is the one who is, I guess I have a lot of these qualities. But last one.
Okay.
Last one.
Can I also slip one in maybe?
Okay.
No, you can go with your one.
Okay, I was gonna say just the last one, your sense of humor.
Oh, my dad.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad. No, because now it's like, it's such a contradiction because you've just been saying mommy things and I've mostly been saying dad
it's
things.
fine. This isn't scripted.
But my sense of humor does come from my father. Yeah. My mommy. My mommy.
My dad is reckless with his sense of humor.
My mommy.
Lal knows that's why he's laughing.
I don't know, but well, my mommy could kill a joke just with a look.
Oh, nice.
And usually the times, you know, couples have their little arguments, but and my dad would always like make a joke, and my mommy would just give a look.
Okay.
And then you know it's done.
Yeah. Now my mommy's a lot like she's funny. Like she's like my mommy's actually quite funny. My mommy's sarcastic, man. That's my vibe. Like being sarcastic. My mommy's sarcastic. So then what was your one that you wanted to slip in there?
I actually forgot about it.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Good. Yeah. So that wraps up our first segment. So we like to play this game of hypothetical. This say my now, no? Right. So I feel like JP wants to do the honors.
Oh yes. I'll do the first one.
Give us a hypothetical.
Luckily, there's no blanks this time, so because we came prepared.
Okay. So what is our hypothetical for the day? Let's see.
Say my now, you don't need to sleep.
Okay, and then what would I do?
What would you do?
Yo, I would sleep. Yo.
Because if you think about it, it opens up a whole nother day.
Yeah, okay.
A full 8 hours, if you sleep well, a full 8 hours of unutilized brain capacity.
I would hate that. So I often say like I need a clone of myself, all the work that I need to get done. But I think I would make time then for like pleasures. So I would catch up on reading, catch up on anime, catch up on those type of things. But yeah, I would hate that. Just take it further. Imagine we didn't have night.
Ooh.
Yo.
Wow.
That's like, yeah, so at least it's night. So then it would just mean there's nighttime activities. But like that's deep. Yeah. I would hate it. I would find a way to put myself in a coma. What's your tea?
No, I think I didn't even think of the possibility of unlocking another 8 hours in my day. Because then I'm conflicted. Like, am I then able... Because usually what happens when you have more time is you then split it between responsibilities. Yeah. Or for me at least, the things you need to do.
Yeah.
And those things that you just want to do.
Yeah.
So now, if that is a full 8 hours that I didn't consider before, do I then have the luxury to just do what I want to do?
Yeah.
But knowing me, I'll probably do something responsible for the first bit. That presentation that I didn't do.
Captain Goody two-shoes. No, I love that. That's hectic. That's it. Nah, bro. There has to be sleep. Shout out sleep. Okay, let's see. Okay, so say my now, we had to remove a form of public transport. The plaintiff has arrived. Say now we had to remove a form of public transport. Which one would go and why? Let's go. I'm just sipping.
Are we doing it like in South Africa?
In South Africa, obvi.
Oh, okay.
Obvi. So this is the GenC podcast.
So the form that I would like to see gone is the trains.
Oh, okay.
And I'll explain why.
Conservative.
Right. Yes, yeah. Because there's a recklessness happening there.
You said they're going to slash your tires.
Because the trains seem to be like a breeding ground of either theft or they want to take the cables.
Okay.
And there's always and then there's the guy, the balance of the people that think the train is running at the same time, and then there's the people that just don't care. So like the people that want to be on time are almost always going to be late, and the people that don't care are going to be late because they're never going to be on time. So for me, removing the train aspect would then encourage the other mechanisms like taxis and buses and those sort of things. Not to say that they're perfect, but in South African context, removing that unpredictability would be great.
I'm removing taxis. Nah. Like, I hear you and I see you and I'm just like, everything that you just said should be and could be applied to the Siyaya. Hear me out.
Yes, please.
I do think that there's an element of, it's almost like the taxis or specifically the taxi culture is like, it's theirs, man. Like it doesn't belong to the government. Yes. It belongs to the people.
Yes.
You know? So they control the income, the everything in that. So it's almost like it's their land that they owe. So I do appreciate that. So I think if the conversation can then shift where we can have public ownership of the, oversight and stuff of it, then it should be fine. But how can you sit there, drive a car and be like, nah, it's trains?
I have been how do you say I have received payments in the back end.
Okay. Fairs. Give us the next question.
Let's not expose all the Jacksons, but the Jacksons are involved in the taxi industry.
Nah, I'm coming for taxis. I'm coming for taxis. Sure. The audacity. Trains. It's fine. Sorry, it's a safe space. Sorry.
Say, man, now you had feet for hands and hands for feet.
Okay. What
would happen?
What the heck is this?
Just physically, you'll be walking upside down, so your head is going to be at the bottom.
So do you know how deep that? Just quickly. Do you know how quiet it is now? Just like those people that don't believe in a higher power and stuff like that. But you know how perfect we are designed, man. That like even the orientation of the way some of the stuff face, man. Yeah. Because imagine your nose was closer to your bum, man. Like,
no,
I'm changing the narrative.
No one would want that.
Anyway, so hands for feet and feet for hands.
Yeah.
Or just the orientation.
Do you think we would walk on our hands?
I think we'd walk on our hands.
Okay, so then the feet would
have a different function.
Function.
That's mental. So I think we'd probably be differently dexterous and do different things. Like society will be completely different.
Yeah.
I think like just what we do as a function. So we wouldn't write or maybe we'd be different in that. But we definitely, we would then, our orientation will be different. So maybe we'll walk on all fours. Yeah. That's my hypothesis. Aye. But yeah, same right now. I'd hate it also. That sounds horrible. what do you think? That sounds gob. Go for it. What do you?
Yeah, I don't even know how things will work out. To be honest,
no,
I like nothing about having my hands at the bottom.
I think we walk like crabs, even like maybe we'd crab, just like. I'm picturing like a whole other orientation. I'm just trying to think
like how do you can't even have like superheroes or like all the cartoons are like backwards now because everything needs to be fit a certain image.
So your legs are still your legs though.
Correct.
And your arms
your hands are at the bottom.
That's weird. Like anatomic, so the scientist in me is like false. This is not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. You can do one more. Okay. Let me see. This just says naga. Wow. So I'm supposed to say naga. I'm just gonna put this here. You are trolling. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a weird one. Say my now. Animals could talk an official language. So all animals had to talk one universal language. What language would they speak?
You.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you trying to go for? So are you looking for like a boisterous type of language?
But that's your vibe. I'm not looking for anything. I just want to know.
Yo, if they could all speak one language.
Yeah. They probably do, no, just they don't talk to us.
Unbeknownst.
They probably all just speak. Away.
Wow.
And English. Nuts.
But it shouldn't be like a real language.
Yeah,
like
but
today,
that we can understand.
Like we can
understand. Yeah.
I feel like it should be Italian. Can I explain why?
Why?
because it seems to be so full of expression.
Okay.
So even though you might not understand,
I'm a violate Italian now.
You will be able to communicate.
Yeah.
What the animal is saying, and also you can learn. You can learn the language.
I clocked you very inclusive, man. Because Italian is one of the more useless European languages.
Yeah, because French is at the top, but
and Spanish is quite far-reaching and stuff. But Italian is just no offense, sorry, just violating Italians, just casually. Yikes!
And you didn't even put the suit up.
Wait. Sorry, just remove the tie.
Hey.
Sure. So okay. I would go for okay. So I would probably go for a Eastern language. So one of the more ancient language, so Aramaic or Hebrew or I guess maybe even Latin. Somewhere there. See the Italian. So then it almost shows that they still communicate in the old tongue. Nuts, no? Because I know like in Game of Thrones, the dragon understands Valerian.
Yeah.
So there's so it is a thing where animals could maybe understand it. So I think if I'm playing the game correctly, I think one of those older languages, Hebrew, Latin. What is the oldest language? Do you know?
No.
Sure.
Before my time.
Give us
a
couple in the comments, Kanala.
Don't you think? But I feel like dogs should then speak like Russian. Because then imagine a Chihuahua being super aggressive.
Just not saying the word the human. You bring me sausage. Sorry, that's Russian English. Sorry, I violated.
I feel like it'd just be super aggressive, for no reason.
Putin, don't come first.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you.
That's fine.
Oh, having the German Shepherd. That's being German.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Now I see where your head's at. I see. So different
inclusive.
Different animals speaking almost like specific languages of the country. Okay. Okay. Write a book. Just saying. Give us one more. Take us home.
One last one.
Yo, Nangani.
Say, man, now, you were born with a skill that only you could do.
No one else.
No one else. What would that be?
Is it an existing skill or can I make up a skill?
You can make up a skill. Doesn't need to be existing. Inspired by Encanto.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a very nice question. My own quirk. Shout out My Hero Academia. That's
because it solves a lot of things in life. If you think about, if you could only do one thing, you basically have your whole career set out from the start. From the minute you're born, you're the only person that can do this. So you're gonna make money doing this. And
I wasn't even thinking about the money-making aspect. You are just wild. Okay.
Sorry. Numbers speak to me.
Okay. Okay. Then can this be like passed down to my family? Like, like my
Probably not.
My lineage. Okay.
Probably not.
Everyone has their own.
Everyone has their own, yeah.
But does if I die, does someone else somewhere in the world then inherit that? Does it?
Could be.
Because I'm imagining there's a finite. I'm very techie. There's a finite amount of abilities, man.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. So then I would like to be able to. Sure. There's so many things now, but that's a decent question. Okay, I'm just gonna cop out and say then I would like to fly. Yeah. Oh, teleport.
Okay.
I'd like to teleport. So I'd like to be able to instant transmission.
And move from one place to another.
No more taxis to worry about. I'm coming for the taxis. I'm ready. Casey's made. What's yours?
I would like to be able to facilitate. I would like to be the only translator in the world. So
you can speak every language.
Wow. So that imagine a pre-Google
money making.
Imagine a pre-Google era, and like you can't like translate. Like you would need JP to come in and facilitate. I would be arduous. I would love to be that contact in another life. But also understand everything.
But you'll be like the most busiest person on the planet.
To do. But then also people can't fit now.
Around you.
Yeah, because I would understand.
Okay. I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
But approval.
No. I was gonna say fly, so I can't. I don't have a leg to stand on here. Okay, yeah.
So we're coming towards the end. So like what we like to end off is the grateful thought. Where the grateful thought originated was because Rizan and I have one-on-ones every so often.
Yeah.
We talk about just life and how we can
JP guides me. Leads me on the straight path.
It is not true. I do not know everything. We just share experiences that I might have had that could help him in whatever scenario he has in that week.
Yeah.
And then we usually end it off by something that we're grateful for. So Rizan, what are you grateful for this week?
So I think in the spirit of Father's Day and Mother's Day that was now sort of come up, I think again I'm grateful for my parents. Glad that they are alive, glad that for all the things that they've taught me, all these different attributes that we sort of mentioned. So yeah, that's the thing I'm grateful for. And then on a funnier note, it's gonna be school holidays, so I can rest. I'm grateful. I'm great. I'm actually bugging me. Rest. Where? What you grateful for, my guy?
This week I'm just grateful for support. I think, as mentioned before, we went through a bit of a tough time, and I'm grateful that I have the people around me that I do, because it really helps me get through those times and really supports. The support usually goes unnoticed, and I think it's not even just physical, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can be a message, can just be a check-in type thing, and super grateful for that. And like I said, I live a privileged life.
Do you know it sounded like you said sport, but nah, clocked you said support.
Ooh, in the English.
Articulate. We're grateful that we don't speak Russian.
Yeah. Or a German shepherd.
Yeah. And I think that's our episode, you know. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and tell all your friends and family from me, Mr. Salam to your mommy at home.
And we out.
Peace.